Catamount. Cool name. Hey everybody, Paul Ronto from Run Repeat, and today we're going to do a 2-minute review of the Brooks Catamount. This is going to be the last shoe I review in 2020, so I'm pumped that this is the one to be it. This review might be a little bit longer than 2 minutes because I do have a lot to say because I'm so excited about this shoe. Now, the Brooks Catamount is a light, fast, responsive trail beast with DNA Flash. So let's dive right on in. First off, the mesh upper is super breathable. Got a nice welded overlay ring here to keep some moisture and debris out, as well as add some durability. Also, there are these little cutouts that makes this shoe drain really well if you get it into some wet situations. And I've got it in the new colorway, gray with a touch of yellow. Look at this thing, it is sweet. The tongue is very lightly padded, neoprene-ish material. It's very stretchy. It feels great over the top of your foot. It's got these awesome, stretchy, neoprene-ish gussets, which honestly, I think these are the best gussets in any trail shoe, in any shoe I've tried this year. My only concern is because they are a solid neoprene type material, it may be a little bit warm in the warmer months. Also on the tongue, they added a little strap here for gaiters. As I get into the heel, you'll notice there's also a little Velcro strap back here for your gaiters as well. Fairly simple lacing system. They're nice laces, they feel good in hand, they don't stretch too much, they work really well. I've had some gripes with some of the Brooks laces, most notably the Launch 8 braided nylon, didn't love it. I'm really impressed that they put that attention to detail into the Catamount. Midsole, obviously DNA Flash, this is the best part of this shoe. I'm really pumped that Brooks put this midsole in a trail shoe because a lot of the other Brooks trail shoes don't have this kind of performance mind to them. So I'm really excited. This is fast, it's nimble, it's responsive, it's peppy. So I'm really pumped that this is finding its way to a trail shoe. Also in the midsole, there's a rock plate, which is actually a great addition. You know, it does exactly what it needs to do. It protects your feet, but you don't really notice it. It may give it a little extra stiffness, which actually gives this shoe a little bit more pep. And then this shoe is a 6mm drop with 35mm in the heel, which I think they did really well. I think a lot of companies put more drop into their shoes. I think 6mm is that perfect happy medium. Outsole, it's got a trail tack outsole. This is the same outsole they're putting on the new Caldera 5 and the Divide 2. I love this product, it's super tacky. It has 4mm lugs, which are enough for moderate to mid-grade technical trails. If you wanna go on really technical trails, this would have been better off as a 5 or 6mm lug depth. This shoe grips well on dry hard pack. I've had no problems with it here in December in Colorado, even with some snow and ice on the trails. I even like the gum rubber look of it. It looks vintage. It's different than just black like most shoes have. So well done, Brooks. Lastly, weight, 9.5 ounces. So it's not super lightweight, but it falls in there at a nice range. It's light enough, it feels nimble, it feels fast. So there's some features in here that add some weight that I think are totally worth it. 9.5, totally acceptable in my book. Couldn't find many things to complain about, but if I had to, I would say that the upper on this shoe is not that flexible. So if you have a really wide foot, this runs a little bit narrow. It took me a few runs to break it in. I've got a slightly wider foot. I had some pain in the mid-foot section with those gussets and with this tighter mesh upper that doesn't flex a ton. It definitely took some break-in time. So if you have super wide feet, it might not work for you. No heel loop. Brooks put the heel loop back on the next version of the Catamount. Price, $160. Now it's in the cons category because it feels a little expensive to me, but I gotta say you're getting an amazing shoe and a lot of value for that $160. You got a lot of bells and whistles, you got a lot of technology, you got DNA Flash. So I'm not gonna complain too much about the $160 price tag. This shoe, the Brooks Catamount, is amazing. It's fast, it's responsive, it's nimble, it's got the looks, it's got the features, it's got everything I want in a trail shoe. DNA Flash, have I said that enough times? I think it's very different from a lot of the other Brooks trail shoes, and that's a good thing. Hands down, I think this is one of the top 3 trail shoes I've tried this year. It's right up there with the Innovate G270, which I love, and the Hoka Torrent 2, which I really like. But I gotta say, this DNA Flash midsole I think is a better midsole material than both of these shoes have. The only one I haven't tried yet is the Skechers Hyper Burst Trail Runner. So I'm gonna have to get that one in my hands and do a shakedown between these two. But right now, the Brooks Catamount is sitting atop the pile as the best trail shoe I wore in 2020. If you don't need a 2E, then I think this is the perfect trail shoe for fast, hard pack, adventurous trail outings. Now, thanks for watching, guys. Please go over to RunRepeat.com, check out all the stats and facts on this shoe. There's a lot I didn't cover in this review. Also, links to retailers, links to users. We really appreciate it. Please hit the like button below and the subscribe button, and have a wonderful rest of your 2020. We really appreciate it. Go do, be, run, repeat.